Wes Bryant here with Matt Chernoff from 680 The Fan in Atlanta, Georgia, talking about the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in year 3 under head coach Jeff Collins. Matt, what are the expectations for the Yellow Jackets this season, and what have you seen so far?
Well, I think the expectation, if they're being realistic, is to take a step closer to getting to a bowl game. I mean, they went through 2 years of a complete rebuild. They had to literally take everything apart and put it all back together after the Paul Johnson era of triple option. So there were very low expectations in year 1. Incrementally, you thought things would improve, but it was a weird 2020 for obvious reasons. I think this year you've got to be creeping up on 6 wins and battling for a bowl game.
Now, we know that he had a transition, bringing that offense up to speed into the modern college football, and he's got some nice tools to do so. Quarterback Jeff Sims, running back Jahmyr Gibbs. How dangerous of a combo is this?
I think it's a very dangerous one. If Jeff Sims can, and this is like a most normal freshman transitioning to sophomore, if he can control the turnovers, if he can cut that down, sky's the limit for Jeff Sims. That's an incredibly talented player. Jahmyr Gibbs looks like a Sunday player. And for Georgia Tech to have a running back who looks like he could be playing at Miami or he could be playing at Clemson, or he has that kind of skill set, Jahmyr Gibbs can catch the football out of the backfield. He can do whatever you need between the tackles. He can get outside. He's a home run hitter combined with a couple of other good backs. I think the 2 of those guys, again, have NFL-type potential. But for this year, it's about taking the steps that they need to take to cut down the mistakes.
Now, defensively, they've added a lot of new bodies. What can we expect from that unit?
So 2 things. Jeff Collins has done a much better job of landing local kids. He's also done a very good job in the transfer portal. So you've seen the size get better, defensive line. I think the secondary has been the best part of this team over the last year plus, and I think that'll continue if they can figure out a way to get enough pass rush, because that was the element that was missing a year ago. If they could do that, then all of a sudden the DBs, who are very good, have chances at turnovers and can do a better job locking down receivers.
If I put you on the spot right now, ask you to predict where you think the Yellow Jackets will wind up, record and place in the Coastal. How will the season finish? What are your thoughts on that?
So I'm going to be bullish on it. I'm going to say 6-6, 5-7. I could see happening, but there is a mild upset, and by mild, maybe they win at Duke, right? Or maybe that's one of those games. I don't think they're beating. First of all, I don't think they're coming close to beating Clemson. North Carolina is going to be a bear for them, and then those 2 games at the end of the year. Everything else kind of in the middle, maybe. So I'll be a little bit optimistic on it. 6-6. What does that put them? 3rd or 4th in the division, something like that. And again, that's the next step. So you do that. Think of ahead to next year now. You've got Jeff Sims, who's a junior, talented backfield, another year of recruiting. Maybe you do start talking about climbing that ladder into 2nd in a division that's been pretty good.